All right, StockPulse back here in Vancouver, the International Mining Conference, and I've got Peter Ball, the VP of Ops now for Bonterra. Hey, Peter, I know you were a board advisor here, and all of a sudden you're VP of Ops for Bonterra. How are you?
Good morning, Rob. Yeah, a couple of years ago, in 2015, I joined the company as a consultant. Then I took on a role as a board advisor. I've known the team, Mr. Nav Dhaliwal, the Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Dale Ginn, the Vice President of Exploration. I've known Dale since 1990. We used to work together. I was a young engineer at Hudbay, and Dale was a young geologist. We've kept in touch. So recently, it's a big year for Bonterra. They're pushing forward, heading to their resource update in the second half of 2018. We just completed metallurgy, and we're going to be pushed forward looking at some other additional engineering de-risking mechanisms as we push through 2018 into 19. So if we flash back and take a look at Bonterra for some of the new listeners for the story, in 2015 in September, we had $98,000 in the bank, $600,000 in payables. We had this deposit that measured 200 meters in strike by 250 meters at depth. We took a look at the project. The grade was 9.37 grams per ton. It had a resource of 273,000 ounces of inferred ounces at surface, and it appeared to be open in all direction. We kind of looked at the model, brought in a team, and it was an opportunity. The markets were changing. We started raising some money in December 2015. Since 2015, the share price has gone up about 143%. Our market cap's gone from about $6 million to about $120 million. We've raised over $75 million. We have $33 million in the bank as of February 28, 2018. We have another $10 to $11 million of options and warrants in the money. All this money was brought in by groups like Eric Sprott out of Toronto, Century out of Toronto, Kirkland Lake Gold out of Toronto, Van Eck, Joe Foster out of New York, Rick Rulin, the Global Resource, Sprott Global out of Carlsbad, California, a group M&G out of London, and Ruffer out of London. So all these groups have done the homework. They've looked at the project, got into the Bonterra story since about March 2017. They saw the opportunity. They saw the resource model growing. Again, it used to be 200 meters in strike, now 1.2 kilometers in strike at surface, open at 1.1 kilometers at depth, open in all directions. Great land package. We've increased that by 400% over the last 2 years. So I joined. It's going to be a big year. Again, de-risking the asset. Engineering later on this year, resource at the end of this year, in the second half, metallurgy. I just want to touch on metallurgy quickly. I've never seen as clean rock as the Gladiator Gold Project, which is controlled 100% by Bonterra, 99.4% with gravity cyanide circuit. So if we take out cyanide and said, okay, let's remove that environmental footprint, it's always some concerns for some groups. Gravity plus flotation, 97.3. So we're looking at a project that might not even need cyanide in the metallurgical process sheet. And if we dive a little bit deeper in the details, gravity recovery, 76.1% or up to. On average, our peers are ranging in from 10, 20, 25, 30, upwards to 40. We're nearly 100% greater recovery on the gravity circuit. So what that means, a lot of the gold comes out at the beginning of the stage, crush, grind, you get the gold. It's clean rock, there's no arsenopyrite, a little pyrite, a little sphalerite. So one of the biggest de-risking factors of the asset was metallurgy. That was only a month ago. Pushing forward, I joined the company, I've known the team. We're fully cashed up. The cash is going to take us right through the resource update, through the engineering into 2019. We're in a big camp that's growing with a Cisco did 500 or some thousand meters in 2017, 16, and earlier this year. They've come out with a resource recently. We're adding to the Urban Barry camp. We're hoping to have a solid resource update. Put them together, we got a growing camp. There's other players in the industry that are in our Urban Barry camp, adding ounces. It's becoming one of the more interesting camps in Canada, and we'll see how it goes along.
No shortage of news on this story either, very liquid.
Absolutely, we have a good liquidity every day. We have a great team behind us with any public company, you have to have the investor relations team. We have a solid group that every day is focused on getting the message out. We've got drill results coming from now right through to the end of the year. We're not stopping. 70,000 meters this year. We've done 100 and some thousand over the last year and a half. It's getting bigger, and we're excited at what it may yield. We're going to be re-rated, we believe, on the metrics versus all of our peers, enterprise value per the number of ounces in the ground. You'd look a little bit deeper into that if you start looking at some of the engineering. We're doing all the homework that's going to make the Gladiator project very interesting to some of the groups that are watching closely what we're doing. Again, Nav Dhaliwal has been instrumental in bringing this project to this stage, raising the money, building the team, building the board of directors. Dale Ginn, a brilliant geologist, he's done a lot of work and built a solid team. We have an 80-man camp. We've got an extremely dedicated team at the site. Put all that together, you've got the right mix of all the de-risking mechanisms, and located in Quebec, top 5 by Fraser Institute in the world. You want to be in Quebec. They give us 38 cents, 38% for every dollar we spend. Spend it, get it back, put the money in the ground, and keep going. So it's a good story. I'm excited. I decided to join the team.
There you go. Peter Ball, VP of Ops, Bonterra. That's BTR in the venture. Thanks for the time, Peter.
Thanks, Rob. Good to see you again.